It's a monster of a storm. Good evening, folks. It's 2341 on the 31st day, 3rd month, 2023. 19 minutes away from April Fool's Day here in soggy England. And I'm looking here at old Herman. Herman monstering along. It's a monster of a storm, and I don't see it having much of a chance of going to Australia, even though it has some incredible wobbles going on in it. When I look back at the 12-hour feed, excuse me a moment, and watch the action on this eye, and I'll show you why it happened. Because they hit it with a beam right across the eye. It's flattening in so many different directions. I'm surprised it didn't destroy the storm altogether. And most of the circulation in the center of the eye isn't quite as active as it was about 12 hours ago. It was really steaming along at a super low pressure down below 940. It was kicking some big wind. And so right now, I don't see it standing much of a chance of coming to you. And the reason I say so is, see that line right there? It's a beam that come up from out of Antarctica. Right? You had another one come. I know it's going to jump a little bit. It hits you right here. Absolutely blasted. So you have a beam down here. You have a corridor here for the storms that are coming. And for all effect and good, this thing's going to start to truck off. She'll have to keep wobbling until it gets to a bit of a compression line to about there. I don't see it coming ashore at all. There's just no way. The beam's clearly made that go some other direction. And it's wanting to go that way. Because the tight end of the beam is here. And boy, is that not good for earthquakes around up in here. They absolutely blasted to make that move. And simultaneously, we get a tendril being moved across New Zealand as well. And yes, there is definitely some action around the Blenheim area from the beamings here. It made this straight line because this thing took an absolute right turn. And I'll show you how when this tendril interacted with the tropical one right here, it absolutely took a dive. And so I'm going to go straight over to you over there in New Zealand and have a quick look at you guys. From the bombing out here north of you, absolutely boom, 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 booming up the plumes. Hey, without no choice from you, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. And as they move this line down through EMF, it's walking this line down too. The momentum of this should have come ashore and gone all across, but that big beam out here from Blenheim is blocked up the strait with hot air or heated outflow. And so there's no chance of that coming ashore straight away. So a lot of this stuff's going to hem up on the mountains, hem up on the shore here in Nelson. It's going to drop a load. It's going to drop a load along here. You see the line that the mountains, as I normally does stuff like this anyhow. It's not being helped by all these bombs. And I mean, there's a load of them. Just an absolute load. This is around Auckland right there. Boom, 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 boom. A spot must be out there steaming it up, huh? The big old fire. Look at these two arrows pointing at each other. It's not naturally occurring cloud formation. It's a chem bomb there in New Zealand. And lots of crap going along this edge here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I'll go back 10 minutes. Here they are. The chem bombs on the very edge of what you might think is a Tesla waves or just energy waves, but that's actually bombs. It's chemtrails being left in the sky off the shore of New Zealand that are now on their way across into the country without a passport or a check. And, well, without the active ingredients all being listed and fully disclosed like we deserve in answer to what is being deployed in our skies. An honest answer. Yeah, so you definitely got blasted. Of that, there is no doubt. This is getting fried, getting fried. I'll zoom this down a little bit so you can get a full stamp on this. Get you some times on it. Do 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 boom 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 ploop ploop ploom ploop ploop boom 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 boom. Bzzzt. The fryer is on. The scalar square shows, and the energy is, and it's still on. So that's what made the straight line is Blenheim again. The big, big Blenheim. Absolutely blasting north. Yeah, big tropical flows, and also a big tendril's been worked up here. If you look well north of you, another one's booming into existence now. See it over there? See the booming? See the pluming? See the vanning of the Watus? The Watusi. The Vanuatusi storms. Look at these bombs going off here. Boom, 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 boom. You have to mix it up a little bit. I don't want to get in copyright trouble or copulation rights where I get fucked out of a video. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Chem bombs suck. Oh, we didn't want to pull that one up yet. I'll get to that one. Dude, I don't know why that did that. Maybe I was having too much fun. Not. What's fun about a reporting on chem bombs is we look over here at this big old bunch of crap, streamered over my Great Barrier Reef and my bubby whales out here in Harvey Bay. And it's such a shame to watch. Look at that explosion here. Is that a bit obvious? It's like grand finale. Let's throw some fireworks out there. Boom, 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 plume. Boom, 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 plume. Boom, boom, boom. The monsters. Doo-doo-boo-doo. What a bunch of monsters doing this in our sky. Monster skies. For you and I, boom, 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 boom. How you doing up here, kids? You doing the can yet? Oh yeah, yeah we are. Am I in the right area? Yeah, I got it. We get this. What's this alien head thing looking up here? Natural looking. Huh? Let's just go on out there at a big old rectangle in the square and a big booming on that end there. Plumes going out to sea. A circle getting the square. And what in the absolute hell of in pollution's name is this? Well, let's just have a big look at this Pluminazzi plume here, booming on that end, booming over here. See the little dots, den, with the streamer going and pointing at him. And they're booming away. Chem bombing away. Chem bombs coming your way. No matter where you live or your destination, some chem bomb breeze is blowing your way. Chem bombs suck. Boom! Big explosion, just toxifying some shit coming from over here, some over there, some is everywhere. Look at these plumes out here, out to sea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, big curve them in the knuckles, nucleus, into the flower of death with the fallout of God only knows what explosion was happening right there. What's the Sydney guy having special fireworks show there? They're rehearsing. No more rehearsing and hearsing your purge. It's going to be involving some hearses, all right, with the air getting as bad as it is. People be dying breathing this shit. They ain't supposed to be breathing sulfuric acid, titanium oxides, as said so in a reference number 59 of the Paris Agreement, page 13. Yeah, I believe it's first paragraph, last sentence says it all. Is it all? You get sprayed like bugs and they tell you they're litigating it. Sign on the dotted line. Your politicians have the right to sign you off to be polluted. I'm sorry, one size does not fit all. And while I think blocking sunlight is not very good for fauna, and some of the fauna over there feeds things that feed big things, and it's called the food chain. And well, some chains don't need to be broken, and the food chain is one of them. And I see this seriously breaking the food chain. As the caress of hope goes by and the Easter's come, and I don't feel too good about this sky at all. I think we're going to have to be our own saviors, folks. Yep. We're going to have to do this. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it well. And if you don't think we can do this, step back and let the ones that think they can do what we know we're going to do. Stop the Paris Agreement. Stop it, stop it, stop it. It must never, ever, ever be ratified so that big, huge storms like this could just worry you that they're even coming ashore. Look at it in the blue stream. How many different directions of flow? I know in a normal hurricane cyclone, you'll come down on the bottom, up, and over the tap, up and over. So we'll see some flows going, feeding in low deck and high deck. I expect to see that. But I don't expect to not see it be round. I don't expect to see it without an open eye drop. Or the raindrops it's going to become later on. And this and ease of the strain. So let's get to the forecast part of this, where you guys can see what's a common. That's okay. I'm going to zoom way back, and I'm going to go, hey, New Zealand. I would show you your radar, but they've decided not to really advance your screens very much because your safety and the government never walk hand in hand in New Zealand. It's a shame. Hey, look how you got a bit of action there going on there around Agnes Water and all that up here, Townsville area. Yep. And it looks like the storm's creeping ashore a little bit out the west. The Harmon monstery bitch shoots a couple feeder bands there. There ain't a chance of hell of it getting past that heart beam that went way on up, shot off the coast. Ain't a chance of no. Just can't happen. Heated outflow said so. I'll stand my guns on that. Reverberation. A little action on the coastal road seems to be going on across Australia here through Saturday. Look at this. All through the day today. Hey, have it up north and then move it on south. Move it on up, boom, 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 to the plume side, boom, boom. We've never got the piece before or the pie. So stop writing pie. Have something else. Bake your own cake. Have some pancakes. Why wait till what, 2 ages? It blows the camera right back on top of you. It had already been there, stalling it right off the shore. What are the pressures doing? Why is it doing that? Oh, because the high is parked. And so that just has to keep coming right at you. Here it comes again. The nightmare on every street, the continuing contamination of the coastal Australia and do for days on days is going to seriously increase your totals. Like it's going to hold offshore the whole time and just rain over there. It's coming inland. And the wind's out at the shoreline. But you know, I love a good thunderstorm. I don't know about you. I do love to watch the lightning in a distance. Yeah, but the lightning these days is getting awful close and awful dangerous. And it's the 14 lines of the equalization of atmospheric pressure will kick down towards the 18s on this side and right up to about here is where your major inundations are going to happen. And until this high goes, the only bubble up you've got is down through. This is going to stall out for a long time. This will slowly start to tendril over Australia during the week. Next week, as we get in toward Wednesday, you'll start to see the action moving out into the Northern Territories, and it'll spit into Queensland. Watch, it has to. As that cut its tendril, it brings this one down from the tropics. This is going to be a wet season. When's it going to spin? It has to spin right around Tassie. So I'm watching for a spinner to be that tendril coming from the north. Well, not all of that's going to hit you at all. This is the one that's going to smack you. It's going to smack you about 5 days from where I'm looking at now. Tendril wide. There she comes. EMF cut. Boom. That's not what you're going to spin. Watch this. It's got to. So Melbourne, you're going to get ready. Whammo. That's not going to be a good day for you guys. Whammo. Days of wetness are coming. With the totals expected to... Are they going to ever get honest with Nelson about this storm? Ooh, this was still to come. Is it coming on the fives? Pretty much. You guys are in for a wet 2 weeks there. Hi, a little bit of a hot spot suddenly started. So, hi, you're going to have a little wet there? Yeah, but Access says, yeah, but you're going to have a lot more wet than that. All the way through there. Right, so everybody's agreeing. You're over here, you're fucked. But I said you was fucked many days ago. Why? Because I could smell a good fucking a long way away. And boy, you could smell that one coming. Fifi was in heat again. As they said in the old Cheech and Chong. Do. Remember that Herbie and Ralph? That's a funny, very funny skit. A skit, you know, where it wasn't all bad. Hey, Newcastle. How you doing? Hey, you're showing a little bit of a hot pocket right here, or around this lake here at the entrance. Well, I gotta keep that entrance so moist and white young. Why you young and a why? I guess you got some names down here. The entrance. Kinda looks like one, don't it? What's going on here? Do. Do 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 do. Seal racks. Do 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 do. Heavy totals coming. Do do do. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Let's see how you looked over there today. A total shit smear whiteout. You couldn't see the sky today. If somebody drew it on underneath the clouds. If we can have some Project Blue Bean give us a blue sky, that would be nice. So right here we get some more bombs going off, descending toward the coastline. Not going to be too healthy for the breathing of anything. But, you know, the descending of acids is really good for the GMO plant producers that make all these acid-resistant, aluminum-resistant, heavy metal-resistant, pressure-resistant. They ain't quite figured out, but they've always got a seed somewhere to sell you that resists something that didn't exist yesterday. And it takes years to develop, but we got it here right now. What's this? The phoenix-looking thing over here is a cool-looking bird. Cock a fucking doodle-doo. You just turned into the KFC. And we got a double dose of bomb here, bomb there, everywhere the bomb. Old McDonald has some cam. Boom, 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 boom. Cha-cha-cha. Hey, oh my gosh, that's not naturally occurring. You get dots in a circle. Oh my gosh. Would you look at the guilt? Just blowing air bombs in the middle of the ocean like the whales going by need that. Or the beautiful manta rays lazing across the surface. Need the percussion of a shockwave through the water. Like that's going to help them. It's bad enough they'd be sucking up your plastic bags and your freaking mess that you threw down. They're still blowing into the water because somehow that wasn't pollution, right? When you were trying to get rid of all this plastic, that wasn't pollution. Disgusting. And I'll look over here at this geoengineered, absolute chem-bombed, all to hell storm. Look at the bombs here on the edge. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the feed and see what they fed this storm. Boom, 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 boom. A little right turn glide on that one. Just make sure you get it right on in that senator. Just get it right on in him. And it's the same guy funding this. Look at the crisscross to make you jump out here. Come on. There ain't even a clean eye on a storm that's supposed to be scaring the crap out of it. Ain't looking like a old jellyfish here swimming along the side of it here. The man of war. I wouldn't want to be breathing one of those things coming off there anymore than I want to touch one of those man of war jellyfish on the shore. Bomb, 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 bombed again. Boy, are you guys getting dicked. Absolutely dicked. Because why? Because they're being a bunch of dicks. And we ain't supposed to be a dick, are we? No. So say no to the Paris Agreement. It must fail. You must have all your politicians to say, make sure that it fails. So I was looking at the tracking of the storm a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to jump you along a little bit. It's kind of cool formation, isn't it? And the pressure is this low. There should not be any clouds in that eye. These winds, you should be, yeah, that's about right. And this was, yeah, I loaded it just before I came in. Right, and then we showed the track of the storm there. Well, let's do the infrared visible on this. And maybe it won't let me run it as a loop. You look at the squareness to this. This is not a round cyclone. It's not a good toilet flush, man. There's a turd blackening it. And the turd that's blackening it is the geoengineer. The forecast track for this is to go off and die. So stop worrying about it. All it's going to do is spit a bunch of crap off, and it's going to get out here and just spin around and be a havoc out there just by its general being in existence with its rotation. Kind of acting like a gear. It's going to be turning that direction. So they'll be kicking stuff on and up into the tropics from way down here in Antarctica later on. Once it fucks right on off, because it is, it's going to fuck right on off. Why? Because the beams said so. The beams tell you where it's going to go. And the beam made the line. And the straight line there is good outflow, so you will get some rains through this corridor, and they're holding the moisture off. And they blasted it over here in New Zealand to guide this storm to make sure it didn't come through Cook Strait like it should and just fuck right on off. Because if it went through Cook Strait, the suction would then bring that top straight over the top, and half that stuff wouldn't be impacting you over the next few days. But you know, the geoengineers that install all this stuff here to tell you it's safe is obviously doing some stuff, and it is not good for your earthquake risk at fucking all. See where I'm pointing? See the intersection here? Reverb here. Reverb here. See where I'm pointing? Not good for your earthquake risk at all. See this right here? Right through the trench, right about there. Not good for earthquake risk at all. So I'm elevating those risks in those areas I pointed at. To see you in the mid-5s there is not going to surprise me at all. Not at all. Especially with the moon position. See the line right through here? Boy, did they create a freaking flow through there that's going to bring that through. I'm just looking at the last couple frames. I'm going to stop being tempted to look at that. Yay, we're still running. Dun, 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 dun. Might even get a few radars up. That would be very nice. So we still got some more heavy totals to be expected across the west. We could expect flash flooding to continue over the next 24 hours through some spots through here and up in Cairns where some of these heavy chem bombs are going to be falling. Just expect it. You'll be very vigilant at the sky. And when we look at you in the 10, access has you absolutely fucked along this coast road. So we're going to be very, very vigilant. Very, very vigilant. I don't like seeing a tendril like this parked offshore. Yep. So, but that's kind of good news for Agnes water there because it's bringing the line of the storms more north. As the low that came over from here is going to have quite an effect on the bubble up. It's going to force it more north. So, you guys are in for a rough time, New Zealand. You get some big totals coming, and you got a lot of sky watching to do, and you got a lot of big love for the planet to give. So do that. The evidence of those beams from Blenheim's right here, where it blew it all out, that square. Well, let's have a little surf around and see what we can see this morning. We got anything interesting in the webcams? Since it's flowing, I'll let it flow. Alright, let's see some sunrises here. How you doing, Sydney? Let's see what we get here. This is Sydney this morning. Wind looks like it's blowing pretty good. Here's the good flag. What we got here? The operatic house. Water's a bit chappy. Shardy skies for you and I. Hey, a big storm in the distance there. Look at that one. Oh, ain't it pretty? Nothing to see here, folks. Alright, let's move on around. I want to see some. Oh, cheers to blue sky, as Pam Wabnills would say. Hey, I like seeing that. That's nice. That's my favorite kind of sunrise. Oh, yeah, stars were out. I don't even want to see anymore. If you turn to chemtrails, I don't want to see it. I love seeing you guys get a sunrise like that. How you looking along the highway today? As we look at the Pacific Motorway of Arrow Street. And nothing to see here, folks. Really not much to see here. They need to wipe that camera off. Come on, motor people, do your job. You're getting paid all this money to have a camera. Hey, we got some beach shots here. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a boom boom plumes. These ain't nice round clouds either. Look how flat edge these are. Look at that boom right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's chem bomb. Chem bomb. Bomb 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 bomb. Ba bomb bomb ba bomb bomb bomb. See if we can pick up some plumes up there. It's like alfalfa. From our gang. He's hanging around. He's got his hair hanging up. Isn't that beautiful moonlight? Come on, let's see some beauty here. All right, wasn't that nice? Somebody like, yeah, I'm going to the beach. All right, if we have too many obese people go in the water at once, will they blame it on global warming or sea rose? When an ice cube melts, it takes up less volume in a glass. If a big iceberg break off all at once, will the ocean actually decrease in volume? I wonder these things. Ooh, look at that shit there. Tsunami clouds in the distance. That's nasty looking. Boom! With tendrils and everything going off it. Look at that bomb right there. It's obvious. Dewey. Shardy skies way in the distance. Marching off to chembombs over. Gotta have them over the ocean, you know. It's just not good enough to just leave things to Mother Nature. Yay, we get some blue skies again this morning for these folks. I love to see that. I can almost hear the chirping and the laughing of the birds. Yes, because cuckoos laugh in the morning, and if they're not, laugh with them. They'll join you. What we got going on out west here? Oh, look at all the EMS. Bzzz, getting fried, Strayers style. Bzzz. The chemtrail. They didn't have that beautiful Cheers to Blue Sky when there. Even all night long, they was getting sprayed. Then you had some stars come out. That'd be beautiful to see. Turn off that light so we can see the stars. Ah, but then they got another Friday festival went on. Bzzz. Look at that big straight line to that. That ain't natural. Look at these clusters here. Even in the EMF, you can see the bomb formations. Same ones you see on those images I show you. That I just showed you. Here's one with pull all of them wedged toward the same spot. Get a bomb nucleus point in the center. All the moonlights dancing in the moonlight. What we got over here going on in New Zealand over here? Let's have a look across Cook Strait. The Rock. I love watching that thing go away in the tide. You can always tell which way the tide's going by looking on here. Dude. Ain't that pretty? Look at the color of the water. The tide is high. What was going on there? Hope something sunken down under here. Wave rolling in. Zzz. Have a quick look around. Have a quick nosy. It's not too nice looking. It's that purple light. It's lasting way too long, the purple light of dawn. That means something in the sky is refracting the light different than it used to, doesn't it? I would say so. It's logical to think that. That big square edge to that crap here, that ain't just a wall cloud. That's one in front of the other. Like a wicked witch flying by. Or wait a minute, it's Monster Day. Doom doo 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 doo. Lily's out for a ride. Yeah, look at the straight edges to this. This ain't natural. Not at all. Those poor folks, they could have had a nice day if the geoengineers let them. Let's go look further up the coast. Nice to see you ain't all flooded out. Poop mud. Yeah, but they ain't changed the image much, so ain't nothing to see there. What we got here? Oh, ain't that pretty? Let's have a look. Do 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 do. Boom boom boom. Boo 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 boo. Hello, birdie. Is somebody having some fun? A bit of a storm. So when we get to see White Island is steaming, and I'm glad it is. There's some more birds out here having there's somebody having some fun. There's a good wind the way that's leaning out. Hey, but of course, got a big bomb line and all that. Look at that front up there. They're fronting what that's all made by. With the waveform there, boom, boom, marching into the distance. So that'll be one bank, 2, 3, 4. That ain't just one cloud. That's a bunch. That's a bunch of cloud. What else we got to look at? I think I've near gone through the country. Wasn't that pretty? No, I ain't on everything. That's pretty. You don't wipe that lens. There's some pride in your cameras. Cut that grass. It's sitting in the way. Just snip those few little branches off. See if we can pick up any tendrilizings up here. Look at that crap on the high deck. Just you didn't stand a chance of having a sunny day. The long white chemtrail. Now that could be natural formation forming in them valleys. But are the conditions of the atmosphere above it helping it form? Natural? No. As I showed you the beams. As soon as you saw those beams, you knew nature had been changed. It's a very dramatic looking sky. Beautiful mountains. Lake Pukaki. You like Pukaki? But not Lake Bukaki. Okay, there's a big difference between Bukaki and Pukaki. And you may find out one day. Isn't that, that's like a postcard. Look like Lord of the Rings, don't it? Just because some of that was used in it. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely stunning. Beautiful country. It's ruled by cuntocrats. What we got going on out here today? Somebody's coming in. Hey, there's a little bit of sun. And they said, fuck you, it's going. And it got dark. Really not much definition to your sky here today. You just got just the dreariness. It almost, you could be in England looking at this. You could absolutely be in England. So let's look at some of the thunderstorms they got planned for you today. And let's go T-storms here. And I'm just going to run it. According to what's coming across New Zealand, it's not going to be all that thundery, they say. But that's definitely way far in your future. I'm just going to go through today. All your T-storms along that line there, all those bombs and all that are going to yield their effect. As it here is just all it's doing is like a gear pumping stuff ashore. It's just a rotator now. It ain't coming in. Just shoving its moisture, whatever the bombs have whipped up, as the storm goes across New Zealand and it goes on out to sea. But that ain't it. It ain't over. It's still there. It's still getting wet. Uh-huh. Yeah, you got every bit of 36 hours of that before you can go, whoa, that's over. Hey, why is the ground rumbling? And then you get ready for the next tendril to come over from Australia and visit you. You know, you gotta have that Anzac love, you know, Cambam love. Cambam, candlelight at the forest birds right. It smells shitty. The air is real gritty. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, God, that was a lame song, eh? Captain Cambam and the Neil. And a ton of Neils. Somebody be kneeling down to get that done. Hey, you guys are not a good time coming. Not a good time at all. So you guys play it safe and keep warned, keep aware. And man, if you can't be good at it. And watch your six. Big love. Peace.